Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. Today I wanted to talk about survive the bad weather. But I see, before I can get that video out, the bad weather hit. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Okay. Cold and rainy is here in Georgia. Yeah, I know. Did y'all get that ice yet down there? Well, they say that ice is coming through. Oh, hold up for a second. Here you go. Now go over there and watch your Buzz Lightyear, okay? My grandson. Every time I get on the computer, he wants to run over and see who I'm talking to. Yeah, he'll be 4. Yeah. Hey, Freehandly mate, how you doing? Hey, D Griffin. Let's see. Atlanta CPR, how you doing? Cat Lady Prepper 23, how you doing? Lee Desert, how you doing? And Uncle Dip Dieball Frog 79. How's everybody doing? Like I was saying, before I even got a chance to get this video out, all heck broke loose. I mean, but basically, I think it was like 39 states affected by this cold snap that came through. And they said another 24 still going to be impacted this week with 114 million people still affected. I mean, this storm came through about 5 days ago. I mean, it started up coming through Texas, and it just tore Texas up. I mean, everybody knows the story. I mean, I shouldn't even have to tell anybody the story because they know what happened down in Texas. But I mean, I thought they were prepared because they had their own grid, because when we had that big blackout a few years ago, Texas was still with power. But now the worm is turned, as they say. That just goes to show you, the more that I tell you that you need to be blackout ready, that you need to be prepared. And some people just think I'm just talking because I'm old, but I do talk because I'm old, because I'm an old grumpy man, I guess. Hey, Keto Homestead, how you doing? And Willie Grove and Lala Farms, how you guys doing? Rick, I seen your last live video with the Lee family on there. From I guess they were going to Arkansas, Southbound Arkansas. It was a good video. I stayed and watched the whole thing. I came late. Hey, Spitfire Red. Hey, Hoo Ha Holler. Hey, Fireball Fred. Hey, Muddy Boots Gardner. Wow, I got a lot of people here. I didn't think I was going to get too many people when I do it in the daytime. Hey, Adam. Hey, Red Road Homestead. Yeah, like I said, I didn't think anybody was going to be here that much, because you know how it is when you do a daytime show. Most people come out at night. But anyway, let me get back talking about survive this bad weather. See, when I was going to do this video, I usually post what I was going to do like late Sunday nights, and that thing came in early Sunday morning and just messed up everything. Yeah, I feel sorry for the people down in Texas and any place else that's affected, like Missouri, Oklahoma, and Mississippi, all them other places that you don't really hear about because of what happened in Texas. I mean, I really feel sorry for you guys. I'm gonna be saying prayers for you. Like I said, Arkansas got hit, Louisiana. I mean, most of the country down in the southern part got hit with snow and ice that they're not used to having. See, now me, I'm in Ohio. Like a few other people, like Keto Homestead, she's in Ohio. When we're used to cold and snow. We'll get cold and snow every year. Some parts of Ohio gets more than others. Like I'm up here closer to the snow belt, and I'm on the lakefront, so I get lake effect snow. So I'm used to getting about 70 inches a year. So some years we get 40 inches. I mean, that's not bad. But we used to getting bad weather. But this time it hit places that's not used to get this kind of snow and all at once, and it came through as rain first, and it turned to ice, which crippled the power grid down there. I mean, and they wasn't prepared. Nobody was prepared. It is so many people that's still in the cold down there. I think they said over 600,000 people are still down there without power and water. Power and water. That just goes to show you one affects the other. I mean, when we had that big blackout up here in the northern states up here from New York all the way out to California, where a lot of people without power and didn't have water. We had water. Our pumping system kept pumping, so we had water. we just was without power for about 2 weeks. But I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it's still gonna happen. I mean, you still got to be prepared down there because if they saying for Texas, it won't be cleared up until maybe Sunday. So they're gonna still be dealing with blackouts. They might even get another freezing condition down there, maybe a blizzard. I don't know, but I know they're talking about tornadoes are coming through. I guess that's gonna hit mostly toward Louisiana over there, and they're gonna get more snow down in that area, more ice storms, I should say, and damaging winds. I mean, it's with a huge snowfall for them. I mean, it just messed them up, and I feel really bad for them because, like I said, it's not. This is not Armageddon. It's not the end of the world. But I mean, it may seem like it for some because anytime people die, it always seems like it's the end of the world. And I always feel like that because nobody should ever have to die from being unprepared for the weather. And I preach that in my videos. I always say the one reason we do prep is that we prep for the weather. Fireball Fred said they got rolling blackouts, but out here, but it was only for 45 minutes long, the first one. Well, you lucky. You're lucky because some places they still suffering with blackout period. It's not rolling anywhere. It's just blackout. You say Bullfrog Al says Georgia. They got it. Yes, like I said, a lot of places, not only in Texas, like I say, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, places going up through there. Like I said, it's 24 more states that's still impacted by this storm. I mean, 114 million people are going to be impacted. I mean, it just seems that Texas is worse because Texas has their own power grid, and that's what makes it so bad. I mean, hey, Bon, I mean, they have their own power grid. When we had our big blackout, I used to say, man, I wish we were in Texas because they didn't lose no power, but now I see that they mismanaged it up there somehow. I don't understand how that happened. I mean, even the blackout that hit North Dakota to Oklahoma up there too. They got some of the blackouts. So I'm just saying it's not just down there. So don't be fooled that Texas is the only place that's got to suffer. I mean, a lot of people are suffering. And a lot of people don't know how to handle it. Like I said, it's 4 days down there. But I mean, running your car in your garage is not the smartest thing to do. And running a gas operated generator inside your house is not a smart thing to do. A lot of people are dying from that. It's just crazy. But then again, they're not prepared. First of all, it's just like on any other tool. When you got a generator, whether it's electric or gas, you need to operate that thing at least a couple of times before you had to use it. Don't just say, well, I got it, I'm gonna put it on the shelf, and then I use it if I have to. You got to test it out at least once. At least once. If you're unsure what you're doing, have somebody that might know. Have a neighbor come over and hook it up. But you got to be ready because a lot of people, they hook up things and they don't work out right and they make things worse. You know what I mean? So I hope a lot of them people got big buddy generators because I think those are the safest. I mean, if you tip those over, they're supposed to cut off automatically. I didn't tip mine over to test it, but I have used it. It's propane. Yeah, so I was say it's gonna be bad. Okay. La Farm was talking to Spitfire Red, said we used to buy a little each every year in preparation. Now we have just on standby. We generally have to buy very little. Yes, but see, like I said, everybody need to have something. And Red Road Homestead said our water is all frozen around here. I seen people pipes freeze and burst in their house, and they had it on the news. The water just streaming through their ceiling about the pipes bursting. When you don't have any heat, that's what happens. Because, like I said, I'm up here in the north in Ohio and Cleveland, and I seen what happened when your pipes burst in houses that don't have any water in vacant houses. You can see the water just coming through the side of the wall where it's ice where it burst. So, like I said, you gotta be ready because, like I said, I mean, it's never too late to go out and get a generator. I mean, Some people say they can't afford generators, but you got to get something because see, a lot of people down there, they're really in bad shape because they had insulin and stuff like that. See, a lot of us have to have medicine that has to be kept cold. People say, well, it's always some freezing out there, but it's not that kind of cold. I mean, you could probably stick it out there if you want to take a chance on the bottles breaking because it's so cold, but you got to keep it refrigerated, not frozen. I mean, maybe that virus thing that they got out there, you might keep that frozen, but that's something else. We're going to deal with that. But like I'm saying, you know, you need something. You see, Willie Grow, I have 4 12-volt heaters that I can hook up to my car battery. Okay. Okay. You know what? I bought an extra car battery because I got a couple of power inverters, you know, that I might have to hook up just in case. See, so I don't like to be in the dark. Like I said, the worst thing that happens up here is what's happening down there in Texas. We can end up in the cold and in the dark because that happens up here. And it can happen in the summertime, especially when that wind comes through. And I know everybody knows about that wind. I mean, I don't care where you live at, you can get those 150, 160 mile an hour winds. We get that here all the time. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, hey, Rick Shaw for the Philippines, I really feel bad for them down there. I know a lot of them are prepared, but I mean, I don't think a lot of people prepared for this long. See, I know I'm prepared. Like I say, I could probably be without heat and power for about maybe a little bit over a month. It depends. It depends on how bad it is and how I have to regulate things, especially with the heat. But like I said, some people they got it maybe for a couple of days, you know, which is good. But like I say, they never expected to be like this for a couple of days down there, and they still talking about another 2 or 3 days. So they talking 7 days down there. And like I said, I just wanted to talk about surviving bad weather, but I didn't know it was gonna be like this down there because, like I said, I was gonna make this video this Thursday when and this stuff came through. Like I said, that Monday, and it just tore up things. So, you know, like I said, I've been saying prayers for a lot of people down there and all the people that affected in these other states too. Because, like I say, one thing we do with preppers, we prepare for bad weather. If you don't prepare for anything else, prepare for the weather because the weather is so unpredictable, and that's something that we can't control. So if the weather get bad, like it's gonna get. Excuse me for a second. I got to change a Toy Story for my grandson. He's over there eating popcorn, watching the Toy Story, and I'm trying to get it set up for him. Well, I'll get it set up for me in a minute. But anyway, like I said, it's gonna be something crazy going on out here, and we have no control over what's going on. So all we can do is just try to survive what's going on, and that's it. And that's it. That's the way it is. I'm sorry for that. That's my job now. I'm retired. Hey, Pulse Jet, that's my job now to take care of my little one right here. So that, if anything happened, Granddad got his back. And he might not even remember me when he get older because, like I said, he's 3, he'll be 4 in August. And like I said, he might not even remember me. I might be dead before then. I don't hope not. But we'll see. But, we do it for the family and the kids. We do it for the family and the kids. Let's see. Let me read some comments today, bro. You buy Orville Redenbacher popcorn. Yes, I do buy Orville Redenbacher popcorn. I like the kettle corn and a extra butter popcorn, movie theater butter, and I mix them. I love Orville Redenbacher. But the wicked wonder, the wonderful wife, just came home with well parts. Yeah, well, you know what? Life is funny that way. Real life with Michelle and Rob, Willie Grow. Hello. Let's see. Okay, like I said, so like I was saying, it just get crazy out here. Like I said, I was talking about Rick for a minute because, like I said, I was talking to talk about Rick for a minute because they did a live video the other day, and let me tell you, Rick, tell little Rick don't quit his day job because those jokes were bad. It was bad. They were bad, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. But this is not doomsday for everybody who think this is doomsday, especially if you live in one of them affected areas. You might think it's no way to get over it. Hey, fallen sky, the prepper. Yeah, but anyway, we not in doomsday. I mean, it just seems like that way because things always happen, and when things happen, like I told somebody today, who was I was talking to? I told somebody today that bad things happen in threes. You know, bad things happen in threes. I can't. I had a brain fart just now. What they call that? I had a senior moment. I know he was talking about his generator. His heater in his house went off bad, and then he tried to go down the stairs. He tripped and fell down the stairs and twisted his ankle, and it swole up, and it was just a bad thing for him. And like I say, bad things do happen in threes. I always believe that. So if you suffer from one thing, something else is gonna happen. Like the people, the power went out, the water went out, and now there's no food in the grocery stores because everybody bought everything. A lot of people ain't mentioning that. That's why I tell people, if you got a nice size pantry stocked up, you ain't worried about too much. And then, like I told a lot of people in one of my other videos, you need to invest in a backup cooking source. You know, I did a small video out there where I showed people that they needed to have a grill, maybe a butane stove or a propane stove. It looked like a Coleman or one of them other little off-brand stoves. I mean, you know, because see, you got all this stuff, but how are you gonna cook it? I mean, you can't always go outside and use the grill. That's why I say you need to get you a little backup stove, like a camping stove, and have that on hand too. Because if you want to survive, not only the bad weather, but survive period if everything go bad. Because see, like I said up here, power goes out all the time, and every time they say we're gonna get 3 or 4 inches of snow, 5 inches of snow, the supermarkets get packed. Everybody on their way home from work is stocking up in the stores. They don't never be prepared. I just drive by and watch all the people go in. And like I say, don't go in there and just buy toilet paper. Like a lot of people probably doing now, even though they know they don't need it. But you know what? Like I said, you know, you got all your blackout stuff. I know everybody got your blackout stuff. Everybody got candles and flashlights and stuff like that. But you're gonna also need to have a way to cook the food. Like I say, it doesn't take too much to invest in a butane stove. You can get a butane stove for about 17, 18 bucks. You know what I'm talking about? They little small one eye stove, some of them are two, they small, you know. And then like me, I got one of them, and plus I got a Coleman stove in case I want to do something a little bigger, you know, if I gotta feed my family, so I need a bigger stove. But I'm just saying you gotta invest. If you serious about prepping or trying to survive, especially with these freezing temperatures that are going across the country right now, this might be the last one we have because it is February. But then you got March. You know, everybody, that's tornado season coming up in March and April. That stuff come rolling in out of nowhere, and next thing you know, whole cities are gutted to the ground. We had an incident in Dayton like that, where we had three tornadoes. I think it was F6s come through one town. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. That was just terrible down there in Dayton. But anyway, it could happen. I mean, you just don't know what this world or what this country is going to do to us. Because, like I said, Japan had an earthquake the other day. A lot of people don't even know that. They had a 7.3 earthquake out there, you know, and then they got that volcano, what the Mount Her or whatever it is in Italy that's acting up. The world is changing, and we don't have any thing we can do to stop it. It's changing. We got so much stuff that we got to deal with. That's why I said, with all this other stuff that people are doing out here, the stupid stuff that we doing to ourselves, we overlooking the stuff that the world is doing to us, you know. And if you like a lot of the people that I know that's on here that like read the Bible and watch what's going on and checking out this stuff, this might be prophetic. I always mess that word up. Plagues, storms, floods, all this stuff. But I don't know. It's just crazy out here now. Hey, ODC chick. And they Tanisha Armstrong, how you doing? My new friend. And the Wilding family's in the house. And like I said, it's crazy. It's 33 degrees up there, boom. Wow, okay. Yeah, Fit by Red says they're erupting now 2 times, 7.3 earthquake in the Mount Etna. Yeah, like I said, I seen it the other day. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Hudal. Tornadoes have already been in North Carolina. Uh, let's see, they came through North Carolina and they killed 3 people, I think. See, I can't remember everything. I started watching stuff and looking at stuff and reading stuff, and then my brain just gets so much stuff in here that sometimes the numbers and stuff are just joggling up in there. I'm an old man. I can't remember everything, but it'll come to me later. Fireball Fred want to know what trumpet we on. I hope we ain't on none of them because when Gabriel started blowing that horn, we don't want to see that. So I don't know. Because I'm not ready to go, even though I've been cramming for my finals. like I told you guys that one joke about kid, little Johnny. He was sitting there doing his homework at the table, and his granddad, every time he get finished eating, he'd take the Bible and he'd go in the den. He'd close the door. So one day, little Johnny asked Grandma, "Hey, why is Granddad always taking the Bible and going in the den after dinner?" Grandma learned to turn to him. He says, "Just like you, Johnny, he's cramming for his finals." So that's what we all should be doing because we don't know what's going on. Yeah, Uncle Al says Greece just got hit with a 5.4 earthquake. See, I'm saying we just don't know. Muddy Boots Gardner, Homer, he says we on number 6. Wow. Well, that's not a good. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, things are crazy. Like I said, I'm gonna just tell y'all this, and I repeat this over and over and over again. You might have a pantry full of food. You might have everything you wanted, but then all of a sudden you don't have a can opener. You know what I mean? Oh, you didn't get none of the cans that got the pull top. You got all cans that need a can opener, and you don't have a can opener. Now what you gonna do? See what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about the people that got generators, but didn't get the backup cooking source. You always need a backup cooking source because I remember a few years ago the reason I made that video about having a backup cooking source was somebody was talking about how long it took them to cook their rice and beans. How long it took them to cook the beans. And I said, well, you're doing that now on the stove, but wait about when the power go out and stuff like that. You're gonna have to have an alternative source, and you only got so much fuel you can cook with, unless you got a lot of fuel you can cook with. Because I seen people out there in Texas the other day when I was watching on the news, there was like maybe 200-300 people carrying big propane tanks lined up trying to get propane now. Well, they should have had it already stored. I mean, it's all right. I'm not criticizing. I'm saying practice what you preach. If you preaching about that you need to keep yourself prepared and your family prepared, then do it. But if you make a mistake and forget to do something, that's all right. Because sometimes I forget to charge my battery operated generator. Sometimes they say I have to pull the charge them every 30 days. Just plug them in. They don't have to be charged, but just to plug them in, because just plug them in every 30 days. And sometimes I forget not to go down there and plug them in, but they still be charged up because I don't use them. But if I don't charge them, batteries will die, regardless of whether you use them or not. Let's see. Adam says, got the CB radio and hear truckers talking about another wreck on the interstate. Which one? Not that one down in Texas again. That was deadly. I seen the trucks, that the UPS truck that crashed through there. We had a accident up here on I-90 going east. That's east to west. The 90s and the odd numbers are north and south. Let's see. It was on the I-24 in the middle of Tennessee. So it was going cross state. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Lurie Cochette Corner. Hi, Grandpa. stop by to give you the big thumbs up. There you go, thumbs up. So anyway, like I said, so you got to really seriously sit down and take inventory of what you got. I mean, it's all right if you got a pantry full of stuff. I mean, you can have a pantry full of stuff, but then when you got the pantry full of stuff, the rice and beans and the canned meats and stuff, but you don't want to just eat out of the can. You know, you might have canned fruit and stuff like that. That might be the only thing you can eat because you forgot one simple thing. Hey, I got to cook this stuff, but I don't have charcoal. You know, you got a grill, but no charcoal. You know, you got a mat, you got fire. You know, you got fire starting stuff, but you got no ferro rods to start the fire with. You know, see, a lot of people, like I said, you know, you need to watch that Dominic Machete. I tell you, every Friday he does a Fire It Up Friday. He shows you how to take stuff and start a fire. See me, I got like two big jars of dryer lint. People might say, "What's dryer lint?" Watch this video. Watch a lot of people's video, but dryer lint is like a starter. You know, you get your stuff and your stuff you need, and you throw the lint on there, and you know, fire starts easy when you got something that's really combustible like lint. And that's why a lot of people don't understand why they tell you to clean your lint thing out, because your dryer can overheat and that lint can catch on fire and you got a fire in your basement. So like I said, you need to really just sit back, take a couple of days and take inventory of what you got and what you think you got. Or put yourself in a scenario where, all right, you wake up one morning, no power in the house, no water in the house. Now what do I do? You know, you got to cook, you got to eat, you got to go to the bathroom. I mean, there's people out there right now, they using 5-gallon pails because there's no flushing the toilets. You know what I mean? But what is they going to do? I mean, you got a house, let's say you got a wife, a wife and 2 kids, it's 4 of y'all, and y'all using the same pail. And you know, I don't know who's going to dump that or empty that or where you're going to put that. I mean, maybe if you got a compost, that's fine. But if you don't, you're going to have to bury that because you want to keep sanitary. You don't want nobody to get sick. It's just a whole bunch of things. I mean, and this is not even Armageddon. This is not even doomsday. This is just a normal storm that came through that people wasn't prepared for, and that some were prepared for it, and that has knocked everything out. I seen a lady in a wheelchair trying to make it through the snow the other day. Her and her husband, they was going to the neighbor's house because the neighbor had a fireplace. You see what I'm saying? They got a nice house and everything, but no electric, no water, and they got nowhere to stay warm. And of course, you know, the government, I'm not bashing the government because it's the only one we got, and that's who we need. Don't I say that's who we need? But the government can only do so much, and they always show up afterwards. You know what made me really get on the government about this, and my really, I ain't gonna say dislike for FEMA. My thing that I think why FEMA is a failure is because of what happened in Dayton when the storms came through. Not only what happened in Katrina in Louisiana, everybody know about that, but you would think 7 to 8 years later they would have had that fixed. Nope, they would show up probably next week, going down there writing people checks, but a check ain't gonna help the person that died because they had no place to go and no heat. You see what I'm saying? Maybe the family might needed to bury them, but they need to be there. What they call them first responders. FEMA is not a first responder. FEMA is a backup. They'll show up later because they got to wait for everything to be declared in the state of emergency. And like I said, down there, Texas is already in the state of emergency, the first time in history. So I'm like saying, and a lot of other states are going to be in a state of emergency because things are bad. When the weather get bad, things get crazy. And I'm just waiting on the people to start looting. Right now, things are quiet, but you know everybody that's out there that's a criminal. And most criminals, to me, are waiting on an opportunity. So, like I always say, crime is basically an opportunity. You know what I mean? They don't really plan out too many crimes, but they do. They wait and see. If they see a house vacant, hey, we got an opportunity to commit a crime. you know, or if they see somebody walking along the street by themselves, you know, at night in a blackout, you know, hey, we might get some money or something. They can't get no ATM cards because the machines are not working. You got no electricity, nobody can go to the bank. Whatever money they got on them, with the money they got on them. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what he said here. I just wanted one. Oh man, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, 2 days ago, when the stuff came down here in Cleveland, I went outside. I attempted to take out my garbage. I got halfway down the driveway. I gave it up. Had my daughter come over and she took it out the rest of the way. But that snow was just too deep for me. I'm an old man. And then I looked at those steps on the sidewalk and I said, no way, unless somebody come over and knock on my door, they ain't getting shoveled. And my steps, it's been 3 days I haven't shoveled my steps out. My wife, she has to use the side door to go out to work. But I'm saying it's just too bad for me. When you get to a certain age, I'm not gonna be a candidate for a heart attack. I know I lost weight, but I am not used to shoveling the snow this heavy. It's just scary out there. And if I fall down in the snow, like when I used to be a mailman, when I would fall down, believe me, I fell down. And I fell down quite a few times, you know, on ice and snow and steps and stuff like that. But if I fall down, you'll just see an arm sticking up out the snow. Just an arm. Waiting for somebody to just come along and grab it and pull it out the snow. That's where I will be. But there's no people out there because everybody's staying in the house because we got quarantines, you know, because of the virus. So I could be out there, and there have been people found in the snow dead after storms. They just out there. They fall down and nobody know they're there. Hey, Canadian cabin girl. Let's see. Hey, just life in the UK. Yeah. I had a friend that just passed away from the UK. Try it, buy it, make it, sell it. How you doing? And let's see. Tom M's in the house. I got a lot of people in the house. I usually don't get this many people. Wow, I'm feeling good now. I feel great. Yeah, you know what? I don't know how many of you people are actually watching the Ice Age Farmer. You know, he has a channel. He got like quite a few followers, and I'll go over his channel and I watch him because I do watch a lot of people's channel, and he's one of the guys I like, and I subscribe to him. And he was talking about London because I seen the lady from UK here, and he was saying that they got no vax, no food in the UK policy coming. See, at the supermarkets, you know, at the grocery stores, you're gonna have to have proof of validation that you have got the vax to enter in the supermarkets up there. And I thought that was crazy, and that's coming. And I hope it don't come here because you know how we get. We get our up in the uproar if something like that happened here. Well, I'm gonna tell you something else too. You know, there's no Mardi Gras here. It was canceled. I mean, everything is getting canceled again so far. And I love the Mardi Gras. I was in New Orleans, and I love the Mardi Gras. So, like I say, things are coming back, but they're not coming back fast enough for a lot of us. Hey, Art by Adrian, how you doing? Yeah, so like I said, we do what we can. Hey, Recycling Homestead. Let's see. I got 31 likes. Wow. I ain't had that many likes in I don't know how long. Wow, that's good. So like I said, I was gonna make this video and I was gonna talk about surviving survive bad weather. And that's what I usually talk about. That's one of the reasons that I started to prep because we what we had back when that blackout hit. You know, a lot of you don't even remember when that blackout hit. You know, it was all up in New York. It started out in Cleveland. And I don't want to be like that again. You know, I didn't have any generators. I didn't have, you know, anything that had money in the bank, you know, but the banks wasn't working, you know, and we had generators at the post office and stuff like that. we were drinking a lot of bottled water. I mean, we had water, but we was on a boil notice. You know, we had water, but the water you had to boil. They tell you to boil the water. So, like right now, I think down in Texas they on a boil alert. Some other states are on boil alert. Yep. See, Fireball Fred. I could have been drinking Fireball back in the day, but now I wasn't drinking a Fireball. No, that Fireball mess you up. I have a foot problem, so please don't show your foot. Oh man, I don't know. Like I said, this kind of interesting to watch what goes on in the world because a lot of this stuff repeats itself. This is no mystery. I mean, you got the National Weather Service. I'm pretty sure that everybody had the heads up that the storm was coming. So I watched the weather. My wife said, "Why you always watching the news?" Because I watch the news to see when the weather's coming. Because you never know. I know we're gonna have 0 degrees on Friday, but then it's gonna warm up to 40s the next week. So that's okay. Today is gonna be a high of 20. We already at 20. It started off at like 8 this morning, but now it's at 20, so I'm good. And like I say, you never know what's gonna happen in the future because we just here. We just here. And like I say, and what we do mostly, because I'm pretty sure everybody that's listening and watching this channel, they all adults. And the number one thing that we really care about that we can take care of as people and individual ourselves is our people. Especially if you got kids. I mean, you would do anything you could in the world to protect your kid, and that's what I do with my family. I do anything in the world I can do to protect my family, and that's why you need to go out. If you don't have a generator, you need to start thinking that I need to get a generator. It don't gotta be a big generator. It can be a small generator, even if it's only for a couple of hours. You know, a couple of hours might be a lifesaver for you or somebody you know. You know, you could say, man, if I had another hour of warmth or another hour of power, I could have made it, you know. But see, you can go out and get one of them small, I got a small solar battery generator. And then I can hook my solar pads up to the side of the house, you know, just whatever the sun is shining. It's not very big. It's like, I can carry it like this. It's about this big. It is solar. And this thing runs about fully charged, depending on what's in it, I can run that thing 9 hours, 10 hours, easily. And if it's charging up, I can keep it running. It can just run all day long. But see here, where I live in Cleveland, I got a lot of trees. And then second of all, we don't get a lot of sunshine, especially in the wintertime. We hardly get any sunshine, but we sell solar panels up here like crazy. But we do have the windmills. And from what I understand, they had windmills in Texas that froze up. I don't understand. How could your windmill freeze up? We get them in Ohio. We got them up here. They never freezes. We got them in the middle of the lake out here by the stadium. If you ever come to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you will see some windmills out in the middle of the lake. And they never freezes up. I don't know what's going on down there, but that's a whole nother story, see. I'll just say I got a 10 kilowatt battery, not a whole day, but it's enough to get by. It might be a lifesaver, especially if you somewhere and things really get bad and the rescue people are going house to house to try to save people, and you need that. It can save your life. Okay. Muddy Boost say the Honda, you must be talking about generators, right? Honda generators are good. See, like if you look at my video, you see I got a Champion. And like I said, it was on sale. I saved like $140. Yeah, it was good. Good price, good deal. It just works. Let's say that Bullfrog says Russia just got hit with a 6.7 earthquake now. You know what? People better start watching out because, see, we finna hit wildfire season again in California. You know, wildfires out there. You know, California burns every year. And it's coming up soon because that wind is going to start shifting. I don't know what they call it, the Santa Ana winds or whatever wind comes in, and those fires start to burn. And it's coming. It is coming. There you go. Jamie. Okay. Well, he gave me his little pad. He wanted me to cut it on for him, and I did. Now he's going back over there. And finished watching Story 2. Excuse me. Yeah, that's my grandson. No, he's not out of popcorn. He might be out of juice though. Yeah. Yeah, see. I got some cheeses, but I can't give him the cheeses because I bought these ones. These cheeses for me because they spicy. Every now and then I like the spicy. So I gave him some popcorn, some microwave popcorn. So he's good. Yeah, like I said, he got his Buzz Lightyear and his Woody and his horse. He got the horse and all that stuff. So, yeah, he's over there. Yeah, that's my job. That's what happens when you get old. You get to watch the kids. Yeah, they got him. Yeah, every day. But sometimes I have more, but that's another story. Wow, John had broke his foot on a forklift. Glad it just broke, not cut off. Wow. Man, I seen a guy on a forklift. Because where I used to work at when I was younger, we had a forklift driver. And we had a ramp, and he used to think he was Evel Knievel, so he would hot ride it down the ramp as fast as it can go. And one day when he got down to the bottom of the ramp, the doors were closed, and he plowed right through the doors. So, I mean, sometimes you got to watch them tow truck drivers. They just get carried away. They do. They get carried away. Echo in the Force. Hey, Echo in the Force, how you doing? He say, howdy from Texas. Wow. Boss just say you can get a Harbor Freight 800 watts for like $100. That's enough to keep you working. Yeah. You know what? I looked at some of them Harbor Freights, and I was going to get one. But then like I said, this one came along, and I got it. Yeah, I should have got, now I have a second thought, I should have got the bigger one because the bigger one was gas and propane. I could have had a dual fuel, but I wasn't thinking. I said, well, I already got propane stuff, so I get this gas stuff. But so I should have got them both. But that's okay. You always look and you always add on. That's what we do. Like I tell people, don't only just add on food, add on supplies. Like people think because they got generators, they don't need candles. You still need candles. You still need them. I'm gonna tell you those tea light candles are good too. You know, those tea light. I mean, you can get like 25, 30 for like 3 or 4 bucks. I mean, they sell them at the right age. You get a couple of bags of them. I got a bunch of them. You can do a whole bunch of things with that. With those, they last pretty long. You know, like some people they make them heaters with the fire pot things, the tea pot things. They make those heaters. I seen that video, and they said it work. I never used it, but I seen the video. Oh, you can just use a can and do the same thing with that without a tea kettle. It is stuff you need, stuff you always need, because like I said, we are the ones that need to protect our families. I mean, some of us have others that can help us out. Like I got a small group. It was a large group, but I lost a couple of people, you know, that I don't know why. I had nothing to do with it, but I lost a few people. Now they're gonna be missed from the group, but that's okay. You know, I don't need no issues in the group. So anyway, what was I? I was talking about tea. I was talking about those tea candles, you know. And then you need to get some of those. If you don't have none of those, you need to get some of those. I mean, they're really inexpensive, and you can do a lot of things with those. But please don't burn your house down. Don't put them by the curtains. You can get some of those. Candles are always going to be useful. You never could go out of candles. You know, when I was a kid, that's what we had. We had candles and a flashlight. Notice I say a flashlight. We didn't have a lot of stuff back then. We had a flashlight. Yeah, but we had a lot of candles. Man, we had candles everywhere. And then I forgot a long time ago, but I was watching Alaskan Prepper. This lady reminded me about the oil lamps. And a lot of us don't remember the oil lamps, but we had the oil lamps too. And I remember those. See, that's stuff you need for the blackout. But see, and you always need blankets. My mother, rest her soul, she always had a bunch of blankets. Always these extra blankets. And every time we had some people come over and stay, you know, she used to make me go get them extra blankets out of this like a big old foot locker, big old chest. I don't know, but you gotta picture it because you gotta remember this is like early 60s, 61, 62, and I used to have to go get that out. Me and my brother. You always sent me with him. He was older than me by 2 years, but I was bigger than him. I was a big guy. So yeah. So anyway, I'm drifting again. I do that sometimes. So anyway, anything you guys want to talk? Cause right now I am drifting, and he said I still have keto every day. Keto said I still have oil lamps and a bunch of them. Yes, I got one. I tried to buy some, and they wanted too much money for them oil lamps. And like I said, you can't really get them nowhere. You say, yes, I own so many blankets. Yeah, because you don't never want to be cold. You never want to be cold. You never know. I mean, you never know when your heater might go out. It might be just your motor might go out on your heater because it's been working so hard. Or it could be just the electricity out. It could be anything. See, I got a broiler. I mean, one of my pipes could burst and then my heater would go out. You gave me any one of 10, 12 different reasons that you could actually lose power and be in the dark and be without heat, but you want to be comfortable. You always want to be comfortable. You never know what might go on. So that's why I said, just consider yourself blessed. Every time you can go in there and get you a clean glass of water. What? Oh, yeah. That's Woody over there. Okay. That's Woody. So consider yourself blessed. Anyway. Oh, man. See, he distracted me. Hey, Tina Ladybird. Let's see. Paul's just say I have 2 of those hurricane lines. Dang, yeah, good. So, wow. That's great. Buddy Boots say, Urban, Grandpa Pepper, you can find some at flea markets sometimes. You know what? I haven't been, ever since this lockdown, I haven't been able to go out. You know what? I know I can find them at like a Goodwill. We got like a bunch of secondhand stores, but I haven't been out. Not to those. Other than going to the bank or maybe the Rite Aid, I really don't go out that much and be around a lot of people. Hey, T-Bor. Yeah, so, yeah. We have a candle factory down here. In certain days, you can go in there and fill up a box for $20. Wow. Yeah, see, people forget about candles. Ain't nothing wrong with candles. And those oil lamps are great. You know what? I remember once we had a blackout. We had candles, and like I say, mother had them oil lamps around, and them oil lamps, they burned for like 12 hours. I mean, because the power was out all day and all night. The power, when it usually happens, it usually go out right before dinner time. And we had power all night long. We sat around and we told ghost stories. Let's see. All right, Rick, you take care. Like I say, tell your son, don't quit his day job unless he get better jokes. Those were terrible. All right. When it grows, see you that way. Yes, I never buy from the store. I'll tell you another thing. Flashlights. See, I'm anywhere in my house. I got a flashlight. Yeah, I got a flashlight. No matter where I go in my house, in every room, I got a flashlight because you never know. You never know when the power is going to go out, and never know what time the power is going to go out. So if you got a flashlight downstairs and you upstairs and the power go out, you going to run down some dark stairs to get the flashlight? No, you need to have a flashlight in every room or some kind of light. Like I said, I got other lights around here too that I keep. Yeah, I got another one of them little small lanterns over there that I keep because I'm downstairs, so I make sure I keep lights everywhere so I can have one for every room, lanterns and stuff like that. Because I say we have a history here of power going out. I don't know why the power goes off so often up here. I mean, it says because of the wind and the lake and all this stuff, but I think it's because they be just trying to screw with us. But I'm not even gonna get into that. So anyway, Let's see. Talk to y'all later. I'll see you later, Keto. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be gone in about another 10 minutes. I'm gonna cut it short. T was I grew up with hurricane lamps. Yes, those are good. I love hurricane lamps. Like I said, I only got one. And I need to get more. And I will get more. One of the hardware stores had them lamps. Yeah, but like I said, I don't really want to pay a lot of money for them. But like I said, last time I went, they were selling like that's a regular oil lamp about this big, regular oil lamp. They were selling it for like $40. And I said, $40? Woo! That's just too much. Then you can buy oil. You can buy oil anywhere for those lamps. So that's no big deal. So like I say, I got those much love they want. Let's say then John Coffey, the unpaid explorer. I seen you out there fishing on that ice. Yeah, you know what? We getting that lake effect here. It comes and it goes. It can be snowing for about half hour, then it clears up, then the snow will come again. It depends on which way the wind blows. I have a 12-volt night bulb that I got from AutoZone. I just hooked them up to a spare car battery. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I got a spare car battery. I keep it for my power inverter. I need to go down there and check it to make sure. It's a brand new battery. I bought it, brand new battery. But I need to make sure it got juice in there, so I got to test it with my volt regulator. And, Robert Chalo. Hurricane lamps gives warmth too. Yes, it does, because that's real fire. Real fire. Some old Coleman gas lamps, that white gas that you used to get from Coleman that goes to those lanterns that you used to use to fish in. But I haven't used those lanterns or touched those lanterns in about 7-8 years. I haven't did anything with those lanterns. They just downstairs in the basement. I don't think I got any gas for them. And those things, they used to be warm too, throw out a lot of light, especially when you go fishing. So like I said, every time I'm on this video, somebody be calling. They be checking me out. Let's see. Kerosene, yes, D. You remember kerosene lanterns? Yeah, I got like 3 of them. Because I used to go fishing with those lanterns. We used to use those. Rechargeable batteries are awesome for flashlights, radio, etc. Yeah, you can. Like I said on one of my other videos, people said if everything collapsed, what would you do for money? What would you barter? And me, I said I will barter services. I will barter charging people rechargeable batteries, cell phones, and all that stuff right now. See, the people down there in Texas right now, they still got their phones. All they need is to charge them up. Ain't nothing wrong with them. And if I was down there, I ain't gonna say if I was down there. I'm gonna just say if they were to go to somebody's house that got a charger, they could charge them up that's working. Let me tell you, I go to cookouts and I take a little bigger generator and I take it to the cookout. And I always take an extra little plug in for the chargers. And you would believe how many of my relatives would come over and say, "Can I charge up my cell phone?" I mean, I must get 10 or 12 people come over to me because, I got the generator there, want to charge up their cell phones. That's what's going to happen. I mean, because not only do I have all that urban grandpa, but if they run out, what I'm going to do with it, pass my butt to sleep. It gets dark like that. Portable phone charger. Yeah, you know what? Portable phone chargers is good too, D. But like I said, I just got the plug in and I plug it into the big generator. It's like a 2-prong, and it's you can hook the thing up in, and I just charge it. I just go. It's no big deal. Like I said, but as long as everybody here understand what I was talking about, because sometimes I confuse myself that you need to get those certain things. I mean, I ain't gonna say run out to the store tomorrow, today, later on, or whatever, but you need to get them before the next time something like that's happened, maybe before next winter, because you want to be prepared. That's the whole thing about being a prepper, is being prepared. It's like the Boy Scouts. See, I was a Boy Scout and I was a Cub Scout, and it's always be prepared, no matter where you live at, no matter what you're doing, Just be prepared. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm not gonna get on you if you're not prepared. I'm just gonna say if things happen and you have no control and then you just look in the mirror, don't blame nobody but yourself because you were told. And you can read the signs just like anybody else. Let's see who we got here. Just cleared 3 inches of snow. Woo! So ice and front porch. I am not doing that. Let's see. Urban Grandpa, we have a plan in my household. We have a safe word with we prepping if we are in the woods and can't see. It's like the military. We ask, what's the word? If you not, you shoot. Ah, okay, that's funny. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you that Homer. I am not going out in those woods, especially on a day like today. I will go to I will find me a vacant house and I will get me some stuff to get ready to start me a fire because I am ready. I mean, I'm not going in the woods. The woods ain't gonna treat an old man like me very well. It'll be the bugs, the ticks. We got Lyme disease up here. We got West Nile up here. We got. I ain't worried about snakes, but we don't really have too many poisonous snakes. But we got those crazy raccoons, and we got zombie deer. We got many of them, but they did say they seen a couple. But I don't know if that's true. But we got so much stuff up here in our woods. We got bears. See, we're in Ohio. I mean, I may be in the city, but shoot, if I drive to Ashtabula, which is like only 45 miles away, which is on the Pennsylvania border, basically, we got bears. My cousin got bears in his backyard. He got bears. I can't sleep out there. He's too quiet, not quiet, too many crickets and noises out there. I need the city. But anyway, I'm off point. But like I say, I understand. See, you gotta have a safe word. There's nothing wrong with that. When the zombies come, I'm going to your house. Laugh out loud. John Coffey, you know where I live at. You know the city. You're welcome to come. I'll put you on my guest list. But see, once you get here, if you don't bring nothing, you got to earn your way. I mean, it's going to be everybody going to have to earn their way. And I got room. Like I said, I had a couple of people drop out, so I got spaces. So, but yeah, you can come. I got a room for you. I got space for you. Yep. You ain't even got to bring your own gun. I got those too. But don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. But I do need more ammo. I need more ammo. And we all need more ammo because you never know. You never know. Yeah, because you'll fit in good. You'll fit in good. Because I live close to the lake. I mean, my brother got a boat. He owns a boat. We live close to the lake. You can stop. Y'all stop. Y'all stop. Come here. Yeah, don't feed the dog. The little pup and my grandson, they fighting over a cracker. He dropped the cracker. He tried to get it back on the dog. Ray woods aren't as scary as a city with no power. Yeah, no, the woods ain't scary at all. Hey, T-Bart, the woods are not scary at all. I'm not scared of the woods. You know what I'm scared of? What's in the woods. I love trees. I got trees all around my house. I love trees. But I get those crazy skunks. They're coming from the metro park that's not that far from me. They're coming over this way. And I get those, see? And those are scary. You don't want to deal with a skunk. You don't want to deal with a skunk at all. You don't want to deal with a skunk at all. That's my pup. He happy. He happy. He done ate that. He done ate my grandson cracker. Now he happy. So anyway, what's in the woods? The woods are a good place to be, especially if you're a young man. Shoot, like I said, I didn't stay in the woods. I spent a lot of time out in the woods. I've been camping. And like I say, I love to travel. Seen all the country in Ohio anyway. It's just that it ain't a place I want to be if something go bad, because I figure I'll be able to survive better in the big city than I can in the country, because see, I have to watch other people that's coming out in the country, that's coming from the big city, that's not prepared. You know, those are the ones that I'm gonna have to watch out for. But in the city, you know you gotta watch out for them. You know you gotta watch out for them. You know what I mean? It's just like The Walking Dead. The biggest thing in The Walking Dead wasn't so much the zombies, it was the people they kept running into. You know, I don't want to run into no Negans out there. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want nobody to hit me with no Lucille. Because, you know, Negan was that crazy guy. And he beat them guys with that barbed wire baseball bat. You know, so it's crazy. You know, every survival movie that you see is always some trying to lead everybody or take what everybody's got. Like in Mad Max, you know, people were pumping oil and they wanted it. You know, so I'm just saying, you never know what's gonna happen when you're out in the woods. Will it grow? Start fishing. You talking to Homer? Tell him the time to start fishing. Yeah, because y'all practically neighbors up there. Yeah, get y'all boats out there on the water. Get y'all boats out there on the water. Already, the critters are walking MREs. D-Boy said the critters are walking MREs. Walking MREs. Yeah, you're probably right. Like I said, I have no problem with killing me a deer. The problem is I don't want to gut them and skin them. I can if I have to, but I don't want to. But if I want to eat, you got to do it. You got to do it. See, that's a skill you need. See, I've never done it before, but I watched quite a few videos on how to skin a deer. Yep, and I have no problem with that. You know, I cleaned a lot of fish in my day, a lot of fish, but I never cleaned a deer or a rabbit or anything like that. Hey, Gail, how you doing? Hey, Karen, how you doing? Spaghetti in the woods. Spaghetti in the woods. Oh, hey, there my little dog. See, he know he's in trouble because he's over there eating my grandson's cracker. Yeah. Yeah, my buddy. He just waiting to pounce. Stick to the small words. That is some good comments coming in here. Yeah, but there's a lot of people in Texas wishing they were preppers. You're right about that, Adrian. I think a lot of them in Texas are preppers, but I think some of them they only prep a little bit. They didn't prep enough. But you never, like I say, you never know how much to prep. See, like I said, I base my prepping on how many days I need to survive if the worst scenario happens. And like I said, I wish I had enough to prep or enough space to prep for a whole year worth of stuff, and that still might not be enough. But I always say, I know if it's a disaster situation, it's never going to be just 1 week. At least for me, I never look at it just as 1 week. If it's one, that's two for me. What they say is, if one is two. I would say I'm always looking at things go bad twice as long as an average person would say. So I always try to prep at least minimum of 2 weeks plus. And that depends on the number of people that I might have to take care of. Because a lot of people, they got their own stuff here, and they brought stuff here. They coming down with stuff they can get here, you know, because you never know. Everybody got to have a place to go. Like a lot of you guys, if something happens, some of you got places to go. Some of you are going in the woods. What does it say? If you're going to go in the woods tonight, you better go in disguise. If you're going to go in the woods tonight, you're in for a big surprise. You ever heard that song? Yeah, well, they got that one going out there. So you got to be ready. I'm a prepper with my means, of course. You know, within your means, right? You got to, whatever you can do. Because like I say, one day of power might make a big difference in somebody's life. You had to have the basic water, food, and heat. Right. You're right. But don't forget. You got water. You got water, food, and you got water. Let me see that. You got water, food, and heat, but you got to be able to cook that too. So don't forget the cooking. And then, like I said, everybody, you can always go back and watch some of my old videos. Like you got to have sanitation and stuff like that too. Like I said, I seen people in Texas. They were complaining about they had to use a 5-gallon pail. What they thought was going to happen. I mean, right now, some of you right now might be sitting up here watching me thinking, dog, I never thought about what I'm gonna do if I have to go to the bathroom and there's no water. you better make a plan for that, because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just start thinking like if you roughing it in the woods. See, like if I have to go to the woods, and I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna be able to, I'll two stop. My dog and my grandson. He teasing the dog now with the cracker. If I had to go in the woods tonight, I can make it. I will survive. I have no doubt that I will survive, but I have responsibilities that I have to sacrifice for to make sure that they survive, even if I don't. So that's what you got to do. Dairy, meat, and milk gone. Frozen products gone. Wow. See, Gail's speaking from firsthand experience down there because she's in Texas. She told me the other day, I was watching one of her videos. She said that they were out power for 10 hours. 10 hours. That's a long time. Ain't skinny no human. Who the house say he ain't skinny? You telling T-Boy he ain't skinny no humans. I hope we don't have to eat our dogs, or I hope to God we don't have to eat people, because I'm not eating people or dogs. It's too much stuff out there. I mean, that's why you grow a garden. I mean, you got trees. I mean, it's stuff out there naturally you can eat before you start thinking about eating people or dogs or stuff like that, domestic animals. Me neither. Just something I heard. You know what? I'm gonna tell you somebody that really got under my skin once, and I haven't heard from him since because I told him what he could do with that. And I guess he's a friend of Uncle Al, the guy up in Canada. Hubbles Cat? When I first started my channel, he subscribed to my channel. He would watch my channel, and I posted a video about I'm not gonna eat my dog. And I put my dog picture on there, my little dog right here. And he got on there and he was saying that I should eat my dog and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, Hoops Cat, whatever his name is. And I told him what he could do about that. Hoops, about eating my dog and stuff like that. And he called me a cannibal. He said that I would end up eating babies or something like that. So I told him, whatever you think. So like I say, that's why I don't need a moderator, because I'll moderate things myself. But they say regulate, because I don't usually get mad. I wasn't mad. I was just disturbed. I was just disturbed by that, because I couldn't believe people would think like that. I would drop a deuce in the neighbor's flower bed. You go fertilize somebody else's plant. Unpaved floor, that could be very dangerous, especially if they see you out there. You don't want to drop no deuces in nobody's yard. You know what? You might can use that later on. You better say that. Let's say you put some barbecue sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and some teriyaki sauce on that squirrel, and shoot, but not my cat. But you know what? We got so many squirrels. The people do eat squirrels. They do eat squirrels. I was somewhere, a squirrel was on the menu, and I couldn't believe it. Like I was in Hawaii. In Hawaii, what they had something on there that I wouldn't think they would be eating. I can't remember what it was. I know they got spam everywhere. Every place you go, they got spam. And spam is a staple in Hawaii. You go to McDonald's, they got spam. They got spam on the menu. I'm just telling you. I mean, it's just crazy. But I just can't remember where I seen that at. But they had squirrel on the menu. I know some places down south, like when you get around New Orleans, they got crawdads and all that stuff. With the crayfish crawdads and with those grasshoppers and stuff like that. Some people like them chocolate covered and some people don't. I mean, but they got them. They say, Vaughn, I love spam, laugh out. You know what, Vaughn? I had a spam sandwich for breakfast this morning. I really did. I had a spam sandwich for breakfast. Had to have cheese on it. Yeah, but I had spam this morning. I go in there, get me some toast, get me some spam, and I'm good. Some people are just sick-minded. Who the Yeah, but you don't worry about them people. Some people, most people, I found like okay, a lot of people when you're doing these channels, and you guys know as well as I do, when you do these channels, you're gonna get people on there just to see how far they can push you. And I don't let them bother me. I say I'm old. I've been here too long on this planet to let somebody that I don't know really get up under my skin. But I don't forget those kind of people, because if you do, you're gonna walk down that same path later on with somebody else. You say, T-Boy, you say you don't eat bugs. Easy way to get stomach parasites. Yeah, well, some bugs do get a lot of ticks and stuff on them and stuff like that. But if you cook them right, you can boil them. Some people boil them. They eat crickets. People eat worms. You can dig up in your yard, get you a bunch of worms. They eat them. I watched this one food channel, and it was that guy that used to go all these crazy places. He was eating with those hissing cockroaches. He was eating those things. I forget. Was it Adrian Boudin or whatever his name was? I think it was the guy that might have died. They would go out and eat those strange foods all over the world. But you can eat anything if you needed to stay alive. Tractor Supply is the place to look for survival items people don't think about. You're right. Tractor Supply, and believe it or not, I'm gonna tell you another place you can find survival stores at the survival stuff is at a dollar store. You'd be surprised. Let me tell you, I walked in this dollar store one day, and I found these little heaters, the little heaters. I mean, they like little propane things. You pop the top and you light them, and they last for like 2.5 hours. And they like butane thing. They just keep burning. They just keep burning. And I found them at the dollar store. And that's how much I paid for them. $1. I mean, that's what it was. And those are good. You don't always have to have tea kettles. And if you need to heat up something, you can use those things to heat up stuff. Let's see. T-Boy said worms are mostly meat, but bugs carry parasitical eggs that boiling doesn't kill. Wow. Woo. Yeah. Don't want to eat bugs then. Depends on what kind of bugs, I guess. I don't eat bugs at all. Don't want to eat bugs. Don't want no extra protein in my food. Yeah. But raccoons are I've been robbed by those things. No cooler made by Ben can keep them out. Right? Like the great outdoors. The great outdoors. Raccoons don't eat hot dogs, though, they say. Yeah, but like I said, you got to watch out for a lot of things out in the woods. Like I say, most of us, we prepared to the point where the only place we have to leave our homes is if we have to be evacuated. Like I said, the only place I know get evacuated on a constant basis is either Florida or the Carolinas. Every time I turn around, when the hurricanes roll up the coast, they make people evacuate on a constant basis. He calling the dog. On a constant basis. Yeah, but like I say, where I'm at here, can't evacuate because there's no place for us to really go. Here in the city, unless you go out to the Amish country and stuff like that, because that's where I would go. It'd be so many people out there. It'd be like weekend camping trip. Yep, but like I said, I wasn't planning on talking too long. I didn't talk past the amount of time I was planning on staying, but that's okay. Hey, Shaky, how you doing? Let's see, Bill Gates wants us to eat bugs instead of meat. You're right. You're right. They got that 3D printer that's printing meat. I think I mentioned that before in another one of my videos about the fake meat that they printing. They got the printer and they out there right now printing fake meat. So they want you to eat, but then again, they want to reanimate dead bodies also. Plus, they want to start putting things in people's brains. But that's a whole nother video. So I get up, but I started talking about these guys with money and stuff like that because see what's going to happen is these people that got the money that went out there and bought all those farmlands. I'm not going to say any names because they will cut my video short. Like a couple of times, they just cut my video off in the middle of me talking. I'm not gonna mention any names, but they out there buying up all the land, so they're gonna force you to eat what they tell you to eat pretty soon. But that's a whole different story. That's not what I'm here for today. It says, Seaboard says, if you boil and cut open a night crawler, scrape the insides out, miniature hot dog. Nothing but meat. I use a lot of words when I go fishing. I use night crawlers. I go to the bait shop and get them. I was thinking at one time of starting my own little worm farm, give me a couple of dozen worms and just feed them. They multiply. In about a month time, that couple of dozen worms will be 10 times that many. Yeah, maybe I do that. Start a worm farm. Because I got this lake up here. People might want to go fishing. They ain't got no bait. A lot of people up here don't want to dig for worms. Let's see. I think the burger they sell was grown in a bottle. It has no taste. a lot of those burgers, they start off with 100% pure beef, but they don't say how much. They don't say half of it is 100, 10% of it is 100, 1% of it 100. But they start off with pure beef. It could be 1%. The other 99 could be made out of whatever, cardboard and intestines and all that kind of stuff. You don't know what's in these meats. You really don't. You really don't. You Hupple the cat. T-Boy not Hupple the cat. I used to subscribe to his channel. Hello, Maya Rodriguez. How you doing? See. Yeah, like I said, so that's way back when. So like I said, I remember a whole lot of stuff, and then I can't remember some things. Sometimes when I want to get in trouble, I hope my wife ain't watching. Sometimes when I don't want to get in trouble with my wife, I tell her I had a senior moment. I think I got a little memory loss right here, and this is what she tells me. Don't say that because I have to take your guns. All of a sudden I'm straight again. She know how to make me straighten up. She told me she'd do that, and I love her for it. Farm Sky the Prepper. All right, brother. I have to go back, call delivery. Last load. Good day. Thank you for showing up. I know you prepared. I remember you had to use your generator about a year ago. Yep. So I'll see you later. Be safe out there. Let's see. All right, Wendy, you take care too. Yeah, like I said, I've been here too long. I wasn't even planning on staying past an hour, but I got long-winded and I started reading a lot of this stuff, and I was picking up a lot of good information from Tibor. See, I was good in zoology class. You know what? We had to cut open a frog, but the problem was, I'm from public school, so we didn't have a lot of supplies, and everybody didn't get their own frog. We had like 7 people to a frog, so I didn't get to cut on it. I mean, we had like all these people standing around a frog, 7 people to a frog. So we didn't get all that. Like you see these people on TV got one frog for every kid. We didn't have that. I might have got a frog finger or a leg or something, but that was it. Yeah. Interesting conversation today. Really enjoyed it. You too, Wendy. You be safe out there because it's a crazy world out here. Let's see. Unpaved Explorer. You can eat a rat burger like it's Stallone Demolition Man. Hey, he didn't put it back though. But you know what? They eat rats and friends. It ain't talk about the stuff we eat. I can't understand that. They eat rats and friends. They eat snails and rats, and they call it fancy names, but it's just rats. I don't fool with rats and mice. I mean, I'm not scared of them. I'll kill them if I see them because they spread diseases and stuff. But I don't fool with them. T-Borg, I stick to eating frog legs. No bugs or worms. They say frog legs taste like chicken. Yep, and there's a few dogs out there in Cleveland that think I taste like chicken because they had a bite of me. Let's see. Our exam was on fetal pigs. Opening them up and take out the name part. Woo! Sorry. They say hi, Ray. Just came on. I started my generator every month to make sure it works. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna give you some advice. I know you probably know this already, but I'm gonna just make sure you do. In case you didn't, make sure you get some gas stabilizer, especially if you got a gas generator. You might have a propane generator, but if you got a gas generator, this is for everybody that's still out there listening. Make sure you get some gas stabilizer. So if you got gas in your generator, put some stabilizer in there. It'll tell you how much you have to put in there. because you don't want that gas to go bad. There's nothing wrong with having a machine that got bad gas in it. I found that out with my snowblower one year. I let it sit around all year long, had the gas still in it. Went out to the snowblow. It wouldn't work because the gas it went bad. Gas does go bad. You know, everything goes bad. So yeah. Same thing if you got a lawnmower. You know, get you some gas stabulator or just make sure you get just pour the gas out of that lawnmower. All right. Let's see. Rats is actually tasty. Packed rats taste kind of nutty like that's actually eat chicken bits in Chinese restaurant. You ate no chicken bits in the Chinese restaurant I ate. No, man. You know what? When I go to a Chinese restaurant, I order the rice. I order the shrimp fried rice. I may get an egg roll. And I get the spare ribs, but I always wonder why they ribs are so small. You ever order Chinese spare ribs? They're about that big, about that long. Chinese spare ribs. I wonder what kind of ribs are they? It might be rat ribs. I don't know. So that's about it. Let's see if we're it ain't so please. Yeah, but I like Chinese food. You pick that up. Stop. See, look. Stop. Come here. Come here. Come here. You done threw all them crackers to the dog. You done ate them crackers. Now you need to stop. Okay? Now go over there and sit down. All right, then, people. My grandson getting restless. He wants to play with his granddad. So I gotta go. Okay, yeah, get that gas stabilizer. It's not that expensive. It comes in a small bottle. And it tells you how much to put in there. You don't want your gas to go bad. It makes it last a lot longer. Especially if you got a gas generator or anything. Okay, you guys take care now. Hey, Red Pill Bubba, I'm about to leave. Got to go. You guys have a safe one, all right?